Okay, so in this tutorial we're gonna talk about data hiding or encapsulation in TypeScript. Okay, so before we dive in on TypeScript, I'm gonna read the definition. We're not gonna write code on this part. I'm just explaining things, and I don't wanna make a longer video, like it can overcomplicate things. And in the next tutorial we're gonna type the code and explain the encapsulation. I'm gonna read this, and yeah, let's just start it. So, data hiding. A class can control the visibility of its data member. So we're talking about variable inside the class to member of other classes. This capable term as data hiding or encapsulation. So if you want to encapsulate your class, you need to use public, private, protected. So you can do that. So it's a term, so it's called encapsulation. So you should remember that you're gonna hear this a lot. And object orientation use the concept of access modifier or access specifier to implement the concept of encapsulation. So the access specifier modifier are defining the visibility of class data member outside the defining. So those are public. So let's read the definition of public. So a public data member has a universal accessibility. The data member in a class are public by default. Okay, so I told you before, right? So in TypeScript, on default are public. So this is a kind of security risk at this point of TypeScript version, and the public is default. Okay, you don't. So other language are private are the default for that. And if you don't know this thing, if you make a program that password, let's say bank account like that, so the default is public, not private. And yeah, you're fired if you don't know this thing, if you don't read the documentation and you did not test it. Yeah, you're definitely getting fired on your job. Okay, private. So private data member are accessible only within the class that define this member. If a external class member try to access private number, the compiler throw an error. So only inside that class can access the variable who are declared private. And protected. Let's talk about protected. So a protected data member is accessible by the members within the same class as the former and also the member of the child classes. So inherited and protected, you can use protected. Private can only use on class. Protected can be used on member of the child classes, meaning if you want to inherit it and use it on the inherited class, you can access it by using protected. That's it. And on the next tutorial we're gonna demonstrate about the encapsulation. See you on the next tutorial.